Alright. We got another build for you today, and I'm really looking forward to casting this one for you here today. This is the full Missionary rush on Arena. I think Arena is probably the best map to do this on for a variety of reasons. One, people go scouts a lot on Arabia. Two, you do require 25 pop for this specific build because we're going to drop a castle. The reason that we drop a castle in this build is so that one, we can get into the opponent's base, and two, so that the missionaries have somewhere safe to retreat to. This game is played at about 1500 ELO. That's how I know it's a relatively feasible strat, because I think my ELO is around that. Let's jump real quick into the build order of this strategy. You're going to start off with 6 to 7 on food. Then you're going to go 4 on wood, and then the rest is just going to be food, until you get to 25 pop and click up. Now, I personally don't know how many I put on berries or how many I put on huntables versus sheep. I think it's just important that you keep food in mind, and honestly, you want to go to berries as quickly as you possibly can. Once you construct an additional house, then you just go into berries, and you can overload your berries a little bit. It's not the biggest of deals. Just keep the ultimate goal in mind, I would say. Especially with 4 deer, you're absolutely golden in this strategy. Let's take a quick look at the opponent over here. So the opponent is playing as the Hindustanis. It's a little bit worrisome, as Hindustanis probably will go for a defensive castle or an aggressive castle and go for their Ghulam warriors. If you are playing on Arena, there's several spots that you can drop. One of the spots is over on these short walls over here. I would recommend that you don't do that. And look at this, we get into my opponent's base, which is great. It's going to allow us to do some scout. Oh my god, Poop Lord, why? His TC was somewhere and you just couldn't figure out where it was going to be. If you are going to drop, I think the best way to drop is actually on this long wall over here. And the reason I think this long wall is the best place to drop is because it's very difficult to wall behind. Another favorable place to drop is on your opponent's stone, which we have just scouted out, as I have clicked the wrong button. Procaster, everybody, Procaster, so that they can't get a defensive castle, because defensive castles really do slow down the missionaries. Once you have clicked up to feudal, you're going to move 4 from food onto gold, and you're going to go for a market and a blacksmith. Preferably don't kill your sheep away from the TC, and normally you just want to kill one huntable / herdable at a time. But you know, Poop Lord Eco, we kill several at the same. Who cares? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Ultimate goal in mind. Full missionaries. We're messing around a little bit with our opponent. Are you from Germany? How you doing? What's up? Market blacksmith at this point. Now normally you would need 2 on the market and 1 on the blacksmith. You don't for Spanish. You can actually have 1 and 1. Make it a little bit more efficient than I do. You're going to go for a villager as well as loom. The reason that we're getting loom now is because we're going to walk forward once we're going castle age to drop the castle as soon as we hit castle age. I think it's best to have about 10 onto the stone. We don't need any more food, which is amazing. And we're even going to move some off of wood to the stone. Once these guys are done, we're going to move them back onto wood, because we need the wood for the monastery. So quickly to recap, 6 on food, 4 on wood, then food until you get 25 pop, or 24 villagers if you lose your scout like I did. He has spotted me, very unfortunate. Then move 4 onto gold from food, market, blacksmith, 10 onto stone, collect enough stone for a castle, and go forward with 7, 8 seems to be a very, very good number to drop a castle. Whew. That was a lot to go over in a very short period of time. Drop the long wall or drop their stone. That seems to be very, very good. That way they can't get defensive castles up, because defensive castles are bad. Once we have the castle up, we're going to start transitioning into monasteries slash monks. It's a favorable idea to scout out as many relics, which we have not done, as possible, so that you can start by making a monk. Missionaries can't pick up relics, but monks can, and that way you have a little bit of extra gold flow going into your missionary push. So this is just used to break in. If they go for walls behind, like stone walls behind, if they have buildings behind, who cares? You're just going to pick up redemption, and you're going to convert whatever buildings they have in their wall. But if they go stone walls behind, you can opt to buy some petards, because we don't have any on food at this point, and then break in through there. If there's a defensive castle, you might have to pivot, although this castle is not as good as it may seem. It does protect this gold over here, but that gold is still in range of this castle. He really only has this back gold that he can take, and we can sneak by there with some missionaries. Immediately pick up that relic. We don't know where any additional relics are because we lost our scout, so we're going to use our monk here a little bit just to scout out where some of the other relics are. We figure out that he's dropping a defensive castle, so now we're going to try and pivot to a point where we can break in somewhere else. We realize that this is probably still open to a certain degree, and why not just TC drop his face, because we got a little bit too much wood. Realistically, you want to... Ooh, Gulam conversion. No, he deletes his own Gulam warrior. You want to move some of these guys over to gold. The reason that we left some on stone here is because eventually we might want to get a castle, which is another option to follow up your initial attack, is drop additional castles, deny eco, box him in, keep him in his base, and convert absolutely everything. Redemption is a very good option in order to break in, but this tower is going to stop us from converting this market and then running in here and converting everything. We are trying to convert additional villagers over here, but he has already gotten that tower up and killing our donkeys with arrows. That was very unnecessary. I love this strategy because there's just so many different follow-ups that you can possibly do. We have moved over now correctly the wood to gold. Over here, our monk is slowly collecting additional relics. We have 3. We don't know the vision on the other 2. So that's all good and well. If I had more APMs, that's definitely something that I should be doing. And we're going to get a mangonel to deal with this tower. And what happens next is absolutely hilarious, in my opinion. These workers can't do anything, so I might as well collect stone to get that castle earlier rather than later. The mango comes out. We leave one villager behind to repair the mango in case he hops into the tower, and sure enough, he does hop into the tower. So we're repairing the mango. So now he changes the firing direction onto the villager, but the villager is getting healed by the missionary. So it's just a very funny situation, in my opinion. It's oh no! Live! And the tower gets it. We are absolutely fro-citying over here as donkeys are getting murdered. We are 10 villagers behind in terms of eco, and I'm thinking, like, how do I even break through at this point? So there's only one logical thing that we can do here, and that is to go for a castle. We run forward, we still have those 3 at home collecting the stone. We now have the stone, and we're just going to drop this down, lose half of our villagers in the process because we are a Fro City kind of an individual. This castle over here is very, very nice. Now, since we have 2 castles, we might as well pick up fletching to continue this push. We do have redemption, trying to get some of those mangoes, but no such luck. We are not getting any good conversions at this point. Trying to get the market early, was hoping to heal up a little bit, but nope, that doesn't work out for us either. Nothing is really coming up Poop Lord at this point. Back onto stone. We might need another castle. Deletes the market, which is funny in my opinion because we were going to delete that market as well. We did convert the house. That's probably one of our first conversions over here. He comes in with both the mangoes, hoping to take out all of the donkeys, but we go for the conversions as we run around as well. We convert one, he kills a donkey, but who cares because we get the second mango at this point. We're gonna run those mangoes away from the TC to then pressure that same TC that we were just under, and this is not looking too bad. We're going to convert the blacksmith and we're going to convert the siege workshop, and this is where it becomes really fun. And I don't think he actually got forging in, which is amazing. This is a little bit tricky. We can't go underneath the TC with our donkeys, obviously. So I'm thinking to myself, where is he going to go? 1 for 1 on the mangoes. He's probably going to go for this back castle because it's not so protected. So I loop my mango around, anticipating that he's going to go for this back castle while dropping a front castle. And this castle, I feel like, really puts a lot of pressure on him. It's on his second TC. It's on his main gold over here, especially if we got Bakken at this point. That would be absolutely brutal, as it would range so much more. He tries to go back for the mango, but there's no such luck there as the rest of the elephants get cleared up, and we're going to get another mango. No, he has to delete again. Man, this guy has deleted more of his units than I could have anticipated. No conversions for you, but now we're going to come in for the siege workshop, and look at how thin he is spread. He's in this back area. He has 20 something more villagers, and I don't care. I love it. Another elephant that comes out, but now the siege workshop is converted. Going to go for the freaking mango over here underneath all of this stuff. We really should have had more APMs, but there's also light cap coming in, but he's not massing them up, and they're just getting shot by the guys. Oh wow, what is this game even turning into? It's such a messy dumpster. Frickin', we have thrown so much. We convert the elephant because why wouldn't we convert the elephant? And the elephants are great to convert because we can actually heal those with our monks. So now we're coming back with the elephant onto the TC, and GG called. What a game. What an absolutely glorious dumpster fire of a game. Only got 6 conversions. This is also great. You can see all of the text that we have picked up along the way. The friends, the texts that we have picked up along the way. I'm very sad that I had to cast this game twice because I mucked up and had my microphone on mute the first time around. But with that, if things don't go your way, just keep walking. Just keep going. Memes, and dreams. Poop Lord out.